plant prices in South Africa are so good right now. Good meaning cheap. Then again, okay, let's do another plant chores video. And I think we will start off with a ping update. Oh no. So if you'll remember the last video, we tried to pest treat some pings. I didn't mean to destroy the ping bowl today, but that's what we've kind of done. Didn't really work too well. They kind of just came apart. We're gonna like check the progress of that. Spoiler, it's not good. So I basically fumbled that whole thing and we ended up with a whole lot of leaf pullings. By now, it's really just up to the leaf pullings to survive. I've got it on a bed of sphagnum moss at the moment. As far as the oil goes, I was worried about the mineral oil potentially burning the foliage. I don't think that's happened too bad. So it could be the reason that our main plants got crown rot. Not sure. And then I wanted to show you a plant that's been doing really well recently, Anthurium pallidiflorum. It recently put out this bug leaf over here. It's like significantly longer than the other ones, so I think it's gonna do well. So that's Anthurium pallidiflorum. We did repot this in one of the other plantchore videos, I don't remember which one, but that's Anthurium pallidiflorum, looking really good. I really want to add more pendulous anthurium to the collection. It's just really hard to find them for sale locally. Yeah. And then an update, check this out, an update on the El Choco Red. She has rooted into the pole. I'll show you up close, but like, again, this was our recent leaf. I mean, there you can kind of see. She's rooted in right over there. So she's got some roots in the pole and then also some roots in the pot. That's our El Choco update. Miss Patricia, since she's right next to Miss El Choco, I don't think she's rooted in yet. But as I said the last time, she is still quite small. She's quite low down there. So probably still getting pot root established, I think, before she starts to climb. But that's Miss Patricia. So that's Miss Patricia, doing decently well. And then you know what, while we're here, while we're showing off pole plants, I guess, Monstera Dubai update, since we are doing the pole. I actually opted not to put this one on a moss pole because I didn't think she'd need it. I thought she'd be fine on like just a piece of wood, a plank. Oh my god, what? There's a millipede. Anytime you opt for like a piece of wood rather than a moss pole, there is the risk of that rotting. So, but I think it's doing well. I mean, it started attaching down there and then it's been kind of a slow increase in leaf size. Very slow though. You can't really see because it keeps twisting around. Conclusion, you can do a moss pole with it, but I reckon if your humidity is high enough, you can also just put it on a plank. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing with another plant. Philodendron bull marks, I figured this one actually needs to climb. I've been in a cycle with philodendron bull marks of like letting it grow lanky and then chopping it up and then doing that over and over. So I'm really hoping that it's as clingy as the Monstera Dubai. Philodendron burr marks. Not attached yet, but I think it will. If I keep spraying it, I might have to even like keep spraying this piece of wood down. You know what? I would do some repotting, but I have ran out of soil and I need to go pick up a lot of plant things that are not. See, I have this problem. Whenever I need plant things like pot, soil, you know, I always intend to get them, but then I get distracted by actual plants and then I never end up doing that because I'm buying plants instead. It is debilitating. You know what? Well, whilst we have the box out, the prop box, let us look at what's going on. Prop box, you are in the way. Let's check on our plantimports. I don't think I've opened the prop box in a really long time. Well, basically since I did that video. So she's getting a breath of fresh air right now. And Amphioxus, by the way, It's like a prop box weed. Actually, I should, okay, let me come closer, Let's do Miss the Dress Larry by Red Vein Dark Phoenix. Dress Larry by Red Vein Dark Phoenix. She's doing pretty well. The leaves are still pretty firm. Usually that's how I tell if I can't see any roots in the pot, which can I? Oh, I kind of can. I don't know if the glare will be impossible with this, but we can see some roots. There's one over there, a couple over there, kind of. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, a couple over there as well. So we have some roots in the pot, but something I also like to do, like actually feel the leaves and the stems to see if they feel floppy. So when I got them, they were pretty well hydrated. If I compare against how these leaves felt when I first got them, they are still hydrated, which means the plant is still sucking up moisture and nutrients via the roots. So that's doing pretty well. Dress Larry by Red Vein Dark Phoenix. She's doing pretty well. We have no dead leaves as of yet. Mind you, again, I have kind of, could you say burned, sun bleached. This prop box sits in a very high light area. So you can see it with this one. The leaf is kind of bleached right now. That was just the prop box. Plant emerald, you can also see roots on the outside. Some new roots. There's also some aerial roots from the prop box humidity. This is the Luxe Pappy. It's got the luxe texture and then it's got the length from the pap. Really nice one. Doing really well. Also no leaf drop on this one. That's why there's like that stump over there. So new leaf did molt. I just chopped that off, but I was kind of expecting that, so that's not too bad. And then let's look at the bebes, the babies that I separated out. This was a Luxe Pap baby, still alive, still doing well. I see some new roots. She's just got a root into the substrate. Oh, I think this is a new leaf, by the way. So it's got the seedling's got like a tiny new leaf on it as well. And then we've got Dress Larry by Red Vein Dark Phoenix. I think there were two of these babies. It's this one and this one. This one's got like a tiny little leaf shoot growth point. Doing well. I don't see any roots on the outside of the pot, but the plant's doing pretty well, I reckon. And then baby number 3, this one's the most mature one out of all of them. We've got some roots on the side. And then as for the actual plant, also doing pretty well, no leaf drop. And it does have a new leaf coming out over there. That's the imports, doing pretty well. I haven't thought about how long I'll be leaving them in there. I reckon I'll wait till they start putting out new leaves. Like all of the plants have at least put out like 2 or 3 new leaves, and then also root growth. We're looking at roots and we're looking at new leaves. So once those 2 things are stable, I'll start acclimating them to, I guess, indoor room conditions, and then eventually maybe they'll be in the carport, hopefully. But a concern that I've had recently, the amount of heat we've been getting recently is so much. And with anthurium, I know some of them prefer, I wouldn't say like a shaded forest, but not completely dark, but definitely not like full heat, full sun type setup. So that is a concern. That is a concern with the anthuriums. I'm thinking about just leaving them inside, actually. We'll see how it goes. And then another plant that's been doing really well, despite being terribly neglected, is my Hoya Wayetii. This is like my main plant that I usually take cuttings from. It's in an old dog treat bucket. Reduce, reuse, recycle. But that's Hoya Wayetii. Oh, do you know what? While we're here, we might as well do an update on this Begonia. Begonia brevirimosa. I show this plant all the time. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss about what to do with it. Currently on a bamboo, let me rewind. If you remember, I think it might have even been our first ever repot with me video. Really bad, please don't watch it. We repotted some begonia. They weren't this big and I overpotted them, especially this one. Pretty much filled out those pots, but as you can see, the bamboo stake is not holding up. These stems are extremely heavy, but at the same time, like so easily breakable. You have to be gentle when you trellis them, but I also reckon you should trellis them like before they even get to the stage where it's like tall plant with scoliosis, evidently. Yeah, I'm kind of like at an impasse because they are falling over. I've staked up begonias in the past, those ones in the back, the ones who shall not be named. I kind of just gave up with trellising them, and I just like tied them very tightly to a stake. But like a proper trellis, like I'll insert a picture of the one that I'm talking about. That would be able, I think that would be a better option. But yeah, maybe less talky, more doing. And it also needs like a heavier pot. The cool thing about this one though, specifically, so I've got two of these, both taking up a lot of space. And the cool thing about these is that they grow amazing in the carport, but inside they really need that light. I think these guys also like heat. Like I've tried to grow this inside in the past and I've just gotten leaves that look shitty like that. They are both kind of the same size, but the cool thing about this one is that it's blooming. And this is the first time I've ever gotten this plant to bloom. We'll see what happens with that, but I have tried to pollinate it. I think I put some Sinbad pollen on it, and then I also tried some Chloristicta pollen. I've got some Chloristicta, not the sad one, well this one's kind of sad too, is finally recovering from the winter damage. Also had some blooms on it, but as you can imagine, these blooms, both male and female, are significantly smaller than the Breviary Mosa, so I wonder if that will even work, but that's what we've done. Stay tuned to see what happens. The haphazard way that I pollinate begonias is that I never actually remember what I put on there, or what I'll do is I'll try to pollinate a female bloom with two male blooms from different plants, because I really just look around at what's blooming at that point. So nothing's planned, and when things, by the grace of God, get fertilized with seeds that work, I have to look at them and try to make assumptions. Begonia seedling update. These are either Drigii crossed by Drigii. Drigii seedlings have grown quite a lot. These are either Drigii by Drigii or Drigii by Chloristicta or Drigii by something else. I don't remember. Honestly, it's looking like Drigii by Drigii. Cup number 2, we've got some seedlings in there that aren't spotted at all. So like normal Drigii leaves are spotted like this. And then we've also got some maculata seedlings. These ones I'm pretty sure are maculata by maculata. These also, like same case, I'm pretty sure these are maculata by maculata, just based off how they look. But like they'll have to be really mature to see what that turns into. Our final update is, what is this? Chloristicta. These are Begonia Chloristicta. And then, you know what, while we're here, I'll show you a really sad plant. Oh, you know what? This will actually be a good comparison. So actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, let's take a second and compare these two plants. This is Drigii Glasgow, non-hybrid. It's got like this palmate type leaf. Our proper Begonia Drigii. And then these are our seedlings. So it could be because they are still quite young. Now that I'm looking at it, these do look pretty different. Right now, I'm thinking the Begonia Drigii might actually be a hybrid. I have no idea what of though. And then let's check on our latest begonia. This is our new begonia, the Fuzzy Roots Begonia, Cote de Castillon. Remember? Cote de Castillon, she's still silver, she's still looking good. She's got some new leaves over there, really nice and maroon. I mean, I know when they came out, they had a really nice, I don't even know what to call that color. It's like, well, it's like maroon to silver. I don't know what the in-between of that would be, but this is looking really nice. Let me show you this because it's actually really sad. Do you want to guess what that is? This is a variegated cast iron. Now, just in case you thought cast iron plants were completely impossible to kill, I introduced to you the cast iron plant that I almost killed. But I recently rescued this from a pot that I was watering, kind of just hoping it would come back on its own, but obviously it never did. So variegated cast iron plant. For context, these are really common in South Africa. It's actually sold in like outdoor garden nurseries and stuff like that. It's like an outdoor garden plant. It's nothing rare or like collectible or even, I don't know, it has no clout. I was inspired to check on how that plant was doing after completely forgetting about it by Kaylee Ellen. So in one of Kaylee Ellen's videos, I think she got a variegated cast iron plant, and she paid, I don't remember how much it was, but it was like an amount that I thought was ridiculous, because again, in South Africa, this is like, I bought initially, I don't have a picture of it, but initially this plant came in like a bag, not even a pot, but like the plastic like bag planters for like outdoor garden stuff, and I think that was like $100, if not $150 or something. Extremely cheap, and the bag was like this big, full to the brim with variegated cast iron plants. This is what I've turned it into. I've got one piece of plant in there, hoping that grows back. But I was inspired by Kaylee Ellen's video just to like check up on mine, see how it's doing, and then I realized that it was almost fully dead. So this is my attempt at saving it. Yeah, also kind of shooketh at how much people are charging for variegated cast iron in the UK. Well, UK / I guess EU. Yeah, hey? Yeah. I've actually noticed, I don't know if it's just me, plant prices locally are really cheap in comparison to like the US and the EU, I think. But that's just or even Australia, throw Australia in there. I mean, no one's ever thinking about Australia, but anyways. Plant prices in South Africa are so good right now. Good meaning cheap. Then again, I don't know if it's like a geographic thing or just like it always depends on market, right? So if plants are really expensive, people will just be like, okay, I'll stick to the plant shops instead of like importing and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel really grateful that plant prices have dropped as much as they have, because sometimes when I look at YouTube videos from like the UK and the US and the EU, you know, anyone that's working in like dollars and euros, I feel the blood drain out of my face, because those poor bastards are paying triple, if not quadruple, what we pay for the same plant. So like plants that are like not even that in demand, I guess. Anthurium hybrids even are imported ones. So with imports, the price you pay is including shipping costs, phytosanitary costs, and then I'm sure costs included into that. Like I will even say during the pandemic, that's when import costs were still pretty high, but I reckon because of the plant hobby hype, people were so keen on plants that they were willing to shell out for that. Also, people were inside and there was nothing to do. So right now, 2025, prices have dropped so far. Obviously, it makes the hobby accessible to more people, which is great. I mean, myself included. I don't think I'd be collecting, or I'll even say collecting specifically anthuriums, unless the price was right, because I am realizing, although I'm realizing this like right now after the fact, that in summer this copper possibly gets too hot for anthuriums. What I collect personally definitely depends on what I have the conditions for. But what was my point? I got lost. Oh, plant prices are really good. That's a good thing. But I also think about like nursery longevity or like plant supplier longevity when it comes to that, because if plants are cheaper, then they have to sell more just to like earn as much money. Business, I don't know. Since I'm here, I don't know why I've done this. Oh, I'll just show you this. This is a Maranticotiovana variegated. Really nice. I won't credit myself for growing it so big. I did get this from Checkers, full disclosure. No promo. And it was quite big and it's only gotten bigger. So really nice one, really nice one. I do want to put this inside, but I'm worried it won't grow the same. I don't know if you remember when I said I wanted to chop up my Spiro Sancti because the bottom half was kind of leggy. So I wanted to just like chop off the head and regrow that in like better conditions. I did end up doing that. Roots are looking pretty good on that. And then we've got these 2 big leaves, and then this one is the newest leaf. I am a little bit concerned because I'm starting to see that rust, that like rust spot fungus, whatever it's called. I'm starting to see it kind of come back, rearing its ugly head again. So I think I'm gonna have to spray this with a fungicide pretty soon, some copper fungicide on this one. Something I'm also not loving is how droopy these stems are looking. I know the plant is hydrated, so I'm not sure why that's happening. I think it's just because those stems are so lanky. That's a Spiritus Sancti update. We are also trying to grow that one into a beast. And then the bulbophyllum, she's looking cute. She's got a lot of new leaves on there. I don't know if you can tell. Whilst I keep the bulbophyllum watered, I've also been trying to water my staghorns. I've never showed them, but I'll show you exactly why I haven't showed them. Staghorn numero uno. I know. Staghorn number 1. Oh, do you know what? I completely lost the ID on this. I will say though, I remember that this is not bifurcatum. It's like Wallinkii crossed by something else I don't remember. But I'm trying to get this looking good again because I really fumbled this one. Longulobotum update, since it's right over here. I guess I lied. This is not actually a chore video because I haven't done any chores. This is Philodendron longulobotum, the new kid on the block. We have put him in a see-through pot and his roots are growing really nicely. We can see them. This is the new leaf. This one over here. And it hasn't downsized, which is good. That's a good sign. So Philodendron longulobotum is on its way. I reckon this video will be pretty short just because it was just me showing you stuff. But I hope you enjoyed it. That was a plant update slash are the imports still alive slash I don't know what to do with my Begonia brevirimosa slash I'd be killing plants sometimes. Like, subscribe. I post every Thursday or Friday, depends on the weather and how keen I am on editing. So that was that. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.